All right, so the first thing here that we want to take a look at with Google Forms are some of the changes that you can make to the appearance of the Google form itself. It defaults to this standard kind of purplish color, but students must see a lot of these different Google Forms over the course of a day, the course of a week, and they do get kind of old to keep taking a look at. So to access some of the themes that you can do to change the appearance of your Google form, I'm going to go up to this paint palette that you see up in the top portion of your form once you have it open. So right up here is that paint palette. And I'm going to choose that, and you'll see that it opens up this side menu with a different theme. So one of the first things that you can do with this is you can change the fonts and the font sizes that you use for your headers, for your questions, and for your text. So for example, I don't have to stay with the default Roboto font if I don't want to, and maybe I want to choose something that looks a little bit different, and I pick the Alconia font. Okay, you're also able to adjust the size of that font for the header, and then you get to do the same thing with the questions as well. So maybe I want to use a different font like this one, and maybe I want it to be a little bit larger than that. And you can see that when I choose to change the size and the name of the font, it changes it over in the question part itself. So I'm just going to add a question in here. What is the tallest mountain in the world? And it will keep that size font. Maybe it's a little bit easier for students to read in the ones that you choose. Now, you can do the same with your responses as well, the different options that are there, and you can change the sizes of those too. So maybe here then I'll add these as options. There's Mount Everest, there's Mount Kilimanjaro, and we'll also just add Denali for now. Okay, and they're going to stay in those different fonts. Now, we can also adjust the color scheme that we're using here. We can pick one of these other colors that are just on this color palette here, or if you want to, you can also add custom color, and you can change it to any of these different ones that are on that hex scale, and just choose to add it, and you can see that it adjusted that color palette. So definitely is going to make it a little bit more unique for the student who's going to be using this Google form, especially if we're sending it out as a quiz. One other thing that you can do here too is you can choose to change the header that you find at the top of the Google form itself, and you can make that an image. So if you have an image, if it's going to be about geography and mountains, maybe you have some sort of an image of Mount Everest or of some community up in the mountains that you want to add that kind of ties it a little bit in together for the particular quiz or the particular form that you're using.